You are Locked On Phillies Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Philadelphia, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Oh, baby! Phillies come away with a 9-4 victory over the Tampa Bay Rays. Bench is clear. Kyle Schwarber makes some history. The bench guys come up clutch. My, oh my, what a victory for your fighting Phils. Welcome into the show. This is Locked On Phillies Postcast on the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. My name is Mark Barzetta. Thank you so much for being a part of this show. And thank you for making Locked On Sports, Locked On Phillies Postcast your first listen every day. We're free and available wherever you get your podcast and on YouTube as well. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. This particular episode brought to you by FanDuel. Now through September 22nd, all FanDuel customers can make a $5 bet and get a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Visit FanDuel.com to get started. This one had it all. A little bit of suspense, a little bit of concern about your starting pitcher and Ranger Suarez, who still is yet to log at least 6 innings of work since returning from the IL, where he was dealing with a back issue for a month. Velo continues to be down. And then Kyle Schwarber also gives you the thrill with his 14th leadoff home run of the season, a Major League Baseball record, passing Alfonso Soriano, and then diving back to first base on a pickoff attempt. He does something. He bangs up something, and he's got to leave the game. And the next thing you know, before you blink, you got Buddy Kennedy coming into the game. You're like, all right, this was a great story last night, but I'd kind of rather have Kyle Schwarber, especially when Kyle Schwarber is looking to hit dingers in this game. And, you know, maybe get the 40 home runs of the season, which, by the way, he's only now 5 shy of. Very possible for Kyle Schwarber. But this game really did have it all, including a benches clearing brawl. It wasn't a brawl. It was just benches clearing. But here's my thing. I'm told I might have a couple of screws loose. If a pitcher wants to throw a bat at you, or excuse me, if a pitcher wants to throw a ball at you for really no reason other than he's a grumpy McGrumperton, okay? I say just take the bat out to the mound. I mean, I don't want to really, I don't like violence. But if you're going to choose violence as a pitcher, well, then this was the option you have chosen. I'll be right back with my Louisville. Thank you very much. Anyway, that was Bush by Uceta tonight. Absolutely Bush League. And it really is a shame that pitchers have become such sourpusses when it comes to the getting got by the other team. And you want to take it out on somebody who had nothing to do with it, and Nick Castellanos? I don't think so. And Bryce Harper, I got to say this. Yes, I would have loved for Bryce Harper to either truck Uceta right there at the mound when he kind of charged when he was on second base after he hit Nick Castellanos. The way it went down was Harper got the double, legs it out to second base, and then Nick Castellanos goes up there and takes a 96-mile-per-hour fastball to like the lower ribs, upper hip maybe, and Harper comes running in, and you could read his lips. I think something along the lines of somebody's mother is in the trucking business. I believe that's what a point he made. Anyway, I thought it was a weird time to bring that up, but anyway, he goes running in there, and then he stops. And then he just kind of meanders in there to the even if you want to call it a scrum, the conversation maybe. Part of me was like, yeah, truck him. Just run in there and just knock him down. And then I thought, from behind, that's kind of a you-know-what move. No, don't do that. And then I also thought, no, why do you need to get in the scrum? And there's going to be suspensions on the end of the year. And then I thought, maybe you do need to maybe Bryce Harper does need to get suspended. Maybe that's the way you take him out of the lineup. So he rests a little bit. So he doesn't have to use what did Kevin Long tell Taryn Hatcher of NBC Sports Philadelphia? His little league swing? His little league swing. Well, his little league swing got 4 hits tonight. 3 doubles. How about that? And also another one that was just almost his first home run in now 31 days for the Fighting Phils. But there's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot to dissect. There's a lot to get into with this game. The bottom line is, the lead story is that the Philadelphia Phillies won another game, and that's all that really matters. Yes, the injuries are mounting up. We have JT Realmuto we're looking at. We have Alec Boehm we're looking at. We're monitoring Bryce Harper every single night. Ranger Suarez doesn't look healthy. And now, tonight, we have our concerns about Kyle Schwarber, and we'll get to all that and more as we break it down on the program today. But let's start it off as we do each and every night with 3 big things. Number 3, let's start it off with this one, okay? I just feel good for Buddy Kennedy. In all honesty, I feel fantastic for Buddy Kennedy. His first hit as a Philly is in a situation where they need an insurance run in the 8th inning, and he gets you that insurance run in the 8th inning in a ball that found its way to the grass in right field. And you saw how amped up he was. It was a huge inning for the Phillies there in the 8th. They needed every ounce of offense they could get, and they go into that 4th inning, and they put up a 5 spot in that 8th inning, including the insurance run by Buddy Kennedy that brought home Cal Stevenson. We'll get to his name in a second. And also Trea Turner comes up with the 2-run home run, his second home run of the game. You love to see it, but you feel good for Buddy Kennedy. The bench was going crazy for him. The crowd was chanting his name yet again, and he goes out there in the 8th inning and gets you that insurance run. Number 2. Now, this has to be pretty important. There's got to be an important number 1. If Trea Turner's number 2, baby. Number 2 goes to Trea Turner. Trea gets number 2 tonight. Reason being is he got things after they tied the game. Again, Kyle Schwarber gets a home run, and then you give up the lead almost immediately. Not in the first inning this time, but this time in the second inning. So Kyle Schwarber grabs you a lead. Then in the very next half an inning, you surrender that lead. It's now a 1-1 ball game. Johan Rojas is able to grab you a lead again on a 2-1, give you a 2-1 lead there in the second inning. Then in the third inning, after it's tied up yet again at 2 this time, Trea Turner steps up there after Kyle Schwarber was able to get on base there, and unfortunately might have been hurt, and that's probably where he got hurt. Trea Turner hits the home run to left field, 381 feet. Right out over the middle, top of the zone, 98-mile-per-hour fastball, I believe it was, and he belts it to left field about 5 or 6 rows back. You'd love to see it. 4-2 Phillies in front. You figure he is picking up this offense. He is keeping the offense going, I should say, and he's certainly picking up his pitcher, who didn't look like he had his best stuff in this particular game. And Ranger Suarez gets picked up in that spot with a 4-2 lead. Good job by him. And then unfortunately in the 5th inning, he ends up giving it back. It was rough, to say the least. But Trea Turner, his first home run of the night, and then his last home run of the night, helped cap off the Phillies score. Well, it did cap off the Phillies scoring there in the 8th inning. So Trea Turner, way to bring it in this game. Number 1. And check this out. We got some new toys to play with here at Locked On Sports Philadelphia. Whammy! There he is. Cal Stevenson, star of the game. What did Cal Stevenson do as part of that 5-run 8th inning? Well, I'll tell you what Cal Stevenson did part of that 5-run 8th inning. Cal Stevenson came up in the clutch. That's what he did. Johan Rojas, as I mentioned earlier, went up to the plate, got you a double early in the game. And my thought was, and I've been saying this really for the last couple of weeks, oh, no, now Johan Rojas is figuring it out. You better sit him down again. But you didn't do it this time. Instead, you better sit him down. You didn't do it in this game, thank goodness. But then in the 8th inning, you thought, let me go with the matchups here. Cal Stevenson, and this is something I would not have known, he faced Uceta in the minor leagues. And he remembered in the minor leagues, this guy likes to use his changeup. If I see a changeup, it's going to be time to tattoo that baseball. And Cal Stevenson, guess what he got? He got that changeup. And he blooped it for a pinch hit double to right field down the right field line that brought in 2 runs, breaking the 4-4 tie, making it a 6-4 ball game. Phillies were in front. Phillies broke the tie. Phillies would not surrender the lead for the rest of the game. Despite a shaky 9th inning there by Tanner Banks. But other than that, everything was great. After that, Buddy, I almost called him Buddy Hield. Good Lord. Buddy Kennedy came up with that insurance run, as I mentioned, and then Trea Turner came up with the 2-run home run, his second home run of the game. You love to see it. Honorable mention. We'll get to what Kyle Schwarber was able to do this game. We'll also get to the injury, and we'll also get to the benches clearing and what this all means. Because the Phillies, I do think, handled this perfectly. As much as you want to, somebody wants to throw down, you want to throw down too. But then there's a smart way to play it. The Tampa Bay Rays got nothing to play for. The Phillies have everything to play for, including making sure guys stay healthy. And if a fight breaks out, you never know who's got to get an ankle rolled up on. You never know who can hyperextend an elbow. You don't know what can happen. So they played it perfectly. If both these teams were out of it, then I'd say ring the bell. And the other bell, the ring bell. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, all right. We'll get into Kyle Schwarber when we come back. We'll also get into Nick Castellanos and how all that unfolded in that unfortunate 8th inning for the Tampa Bay Rays and very fortunate 8th inning for the Philadelphia Phillies. We'll be back in a second. You're Locked On Phillies postcast, the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Back in a second. I hope you guys are taking advantage of all the Game Time app has to offer. Let's do that. There we go. The Game Time app. Oh, you want to go to the game? You want to go to the concert? You want to go to the comedy show? The Game Time app has you covered. I love the Game Time app. You got it. Whether it's their last-minute ticket deals, their flash ticket deals, even ticket deals for an hour after the event starts. Now, what does that mean? That might mean that if you're going to a concert or a comedy show, you might miss the opening act, you might miss the middle, but you'll see that great headliner that you've so desperately wanted to see for all those years, and you'll see it at a great discounted rate on the Game Time app. Now they also have Game Time picks as well. Toggle this feature on the Game Time app, and you could filter out the fluff. That's right. You just see the best seats at the best prices, courtesy of the Game Time app. And I also love the Game Time guarantee. You find tickets in the same section and same row for less money elsewhere. The Game Time app will get you back at 110% of the difference. There's the Game Time app. They also have the all-in pricing feature. You toggle this feature, and you know exactly what you're paying before you check out. So there's no sticker shock right as you're checking out. How do these $20 tickets become $45? How did that even happen? No. Game Time app. You toggle that feature for the all-in pricing. You know exactly what you're paying before you pay it. So you take the guesswork out of buying tickets. So download the Game Time app, create an account, use promo code LOCKEDONMLB, and save $20 off your first purchase. That's the Game Time app. Terms apply. Create an account. Use the redemption code LOCKEDONMLB, LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game time. Thank you once again for making Locked On Phillies postcast your first listen every day. How about for your second listen, enjoy Locked On MLB podcast with host Paul Sully Sullivan. He's here daily to provide national expertise with his trademark humor and on top of it, sports knowledge when it comes to the baseball world. Prepare for the Fall Classic with Sully, who has it all covered every single day on Locked On MLB, available on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. And make sure you listen on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I just want to make sure if there's anything else that has come out regarding Kyle Schwarber. I'm doing one last minute peruse. Yeah, nothing new. I haven't seen anybody post anything new with Kyle Schwarber. So the issue is in the, I believe it was the 3rd inning of tonight's game, Kyle Schwarber leads off with a walk. There was a pickoff attempt, and he went diving back into first base and just kind of it didn't look right. I mean, honestly, I thought he was out. But anyway, they didn't review it, so he was safe. Fine. But the big story there is that he dove back and may have injured something on that particular play, because after that, he rounded the bases on Trea Turner's home run. It's a 2-run home run that gave the Phillies the 4-2 lead. And then he left the game. And the next time his spot in the order came up, Buddy Kennedy came up. And even John Kruk during the broadcast went, "Is something wrong with Kyle Schwarber?" Why? Well, because he's not in the on-deck circle, and it's his time to bat. It's his turn to bat. Buddy Kennedy got the at-bat, unfortunately struck out. But that was the first time in the game that he was put in, or that he hit for Kyle Schwarber. So waiting to hear what the deal is with Kyle Schwarber. Hopefully it was just precautionary. Hopefully the Phillies thought, all right, we're up 4-2 against the Rays. We got this. And they're just extra caution and just took him out of the game, figuring we got enough guys that are either banged up or already on the IL. So let's not add to that list, okay? And they took him out of the game. I'm going to cross my fingers that that's what it was. But before that, and this is an incredible thing, Alfonso Soriano, Kyle Schwarber drew a tie with Alfonso Soriano with 13 leadoff home runs in an MLB season. Today, he broke that record. So now it's 14 leadoff home runs in a single season. That record is owned by Kyle Schwarber. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. In that first inning, when he came up to the plate, he got a 1-1 fastball that was just begging. Bradley pitching for the Rays, put this right over the middle of the plate. A fastball. You fool. And Kyle Schwarber blasted it 437 feet for the MLB record for leadoff home runs. You love to see it. That's a feel-good story, followed by a feel-bad story, followed by a why story. So as part of that eighth inning, where the Phillies were just owning the Rays, especially in the way that they were owning Uceta in that particular instance, Stevenson came in to face Uceta. He goes out there and he gets the pinch hit 2-run double, makes it a 6-4 game. Then Uceta strikes out Stubbs. Then Kennedy puts the RBI single to right field. That brings home the insurance run that I've mentioned many times. Turner gets the home run. Harper gets the double. And then for whatever reason, Edwin Uceta decides Nick Castellanos is my guy. I don't know if it's the armor that Nick Castellanos got, that people just think, I can hit this guy and nobody cares. Whatever, he got the armor on. Comes way inside. How inside did he look in this particular at bat? Look at this. Okay, I clipped this from ESPN play-by-play. Is that a little inside? I think that's a little inside to Nick Castellanos. Plunked him, and then all hell broke loose. Now, it wasn't a fight. There's no punches thrown. Both benches cleared, which kind of lets me know that the Rays knew what was up. The Phillies certainly knew what was up. There was no doubt by anybody that was intentional, which is, like I said, Bush League. Harper comes running in from second. Castellanos is exchanging words. Nothing happens to the Phillies other than both teams get warned. And then Edwin Uceta gets taken out of the game, rightfully so. And I don't even think the Rays really liked what they saw either. I think that was a weak-ass move by the Rays pitcher in that situation. And then after that, everything was fine. Still think it is extreme Bush League that went down the way it did. Sorry you're getting beat. Sorry guys like Trea Turner. Like it wasn't just Cal Stevenson and, Buddy Kennedy that was getting after you. It was Trea Turner. It was Bryce Harper. And you want to hit Nick Castellanos over it? Okay. Okay there, Sporty Spice. Whatever you say. All in all, I really loved what I saw from the Phillies tonight, especially, and I mentioned Ranger Suarez earlier. Again, this is the fourth start he has made since coming back from the IL, from the back injury, and still hasn't been able to make it out of the sixth inning. 5 1/3 tonight. Needed, I believe, a total of 88 pitches to get through it. And this is not – and the other thing that I saw from Ranger Suarez tonight in particular, because I was a little curious. In the sixth inning when he came out – make it out of the sixth inning. Sixth inning he comes out, he's at 71 pitches by then, gives up the leadoff single to Driscoll, then gets Caballero to fly out to left field. Then Morel comes up there and gets the triple that ties it at 4, and that was off Monty's angle in center field. He stays out there. They left him out there. Faces Aranda, walks him after a full count. Suarez then comes out. Kerkering comes in, and full hat tip to Orion Kerkering, who continues to just deal. Strikes out low on a sweeper, and then gets Diaz to ground out on a little dribbler in front of the plate. Great play by Garrett Stubbs for a bang-bang play at first base, but Stubbs was all over it, kept the score tied, prevented another run from scoring. So Morel never scored despite being on base with only one out in the inning. Kerkering went up there and, like I said, got the strikeout and then got the ground out essentially to get out of that one. But all in all, that was a great performance by Orion Kerkering to come in there and just slam the door the way he did. But I am absolutely concerned about Ranger Suarez. He was at 71 pitches, like I said, when he started that sixth inning. Gave up a walk, gave up a hit, gave up a triple, and they decided, let's see if we can get another guy. Leads to another runner being on base, and I thought that was one move. Of all the moves that Rob Thomson made today, Cal Stevenson pinch hitting, great move. Orion Kerkering still coming in and slamming the door, still good. Maybe one. They ended up not biting the Phillies in the old behind, but still a good decision to bring in Orion Kerkering. Maybe you want to see him a batter earlier in that particular instance. But yeah, 88 pitches, a career high 12 hits for Ranger Suarez. A career-high 12 hits surrendered. He also walked 2. He only struck out 2. 88 pitches through 5 1/3 for Ranger. I wish the Phillies had a little bit of a pitching plethora. Maybe Colby Allard can get the start. He could come up technically today. Maybe Ranger skips a start or 2, depending on how the rest of this division shapes up. Speaking of which, we're going to get to the chat check coming up in a second. But as of right now, the Mets are trailing the Blue Jays 6-2. Oh wait, that's got to be the end of the game. Then I'm just looking at the update here. It's 3 outs. If there's 3 outs at the top of the 9th inning, and they're in Toronto, then that's the game. Yeah, so the Mets lose. That other team that we don't like, the Atlanta Braves, I think they went final as well. What am I missing here? ESPN update. Come on. These ESPN jokers. I don't know what's what. Come on. Any minute now. Don't be bashful. Big bucks. No whammies. Oh, yeah, the Braves. Yeah, they definitely won. The Braves won 12-0. Okay. All right. So, what? Both teams 7 games? No, both teams 8 games out of first place. Yeah, in the NL East. That's a shame. That's a shame. All right. All right. When we come back, I'm going to take your comments, what you guys want to say about this game. I'd love to hear from you. Make sure you hit me up here in the comment section. We'll be checking in with that in just a second. You're Locked On Sports Philadelphia and a Locked On Phillies postcast. Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Back in a second. And now it's time to tell you about the incredible people of FanDuel. You've heard us talking a lot about FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Well, we have something a little different for you. Now through September 22nd, all FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get a 3-week free trial on NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Then, with a YouTube TV base plan, you'll be able to watch every regular season Sunday afternoon out-of-market game. All you need is a Google account and a current form of payment. So make sure you check out FanDuel.com. And at FanDuel.com, how about some World Series odds? What kind of action can you get in on at FanDuel.com? Well, World Series right now, the Dodgers are going off right now plus 300. Philadelphia Phillies, the next best team with those odds, plus 480. The New York Yankees at plus 500. The Baltimore Orioles at plus 800. The Houston Astros also at plus 800. And the Cleveland Guardians are at plus 1,500. So your Philadelphia Phillies, second best odds right now to win the World Series. Just visit FanDuel.com. That's FanDuel.com and download America's #1 sportsbook. That's FanDuel.com. Before I get into the chat check, I do want to tell you, beautiful people, that the Philadelphia Phillies will look to complete the sweep of the Tampa Bay Rays tomorrow night, 6:40 start time yet again. This time around, the Phillies are going to be sending Zach Wheeler out to the bump to take on Shane Baz. Baz is 2-3 on the season with a 3.27 ERA. Wheeler looking for his 15th win of the season. He has 14-6 with a 2.59 ERA. As for Baz, 25-year-old right-handed pitcher out of Houston, Texas. As I mentioned, 2-3 on the season. He's made 10 starts on the year. He's got 19 starts in his young big league career, and he's entering this game in South Philadelphia after a 6-inning, one earned run, 2-run performance against the Baltimore Orioles in a 2-0 losing effort. But that is a hell of a job in that against that lineup. Previous to that, he actually has 3 consecutive starts where he hasn't allowed more than 2 runs. He had a 7 2/3 performance against the A's. Not bad. Didn't get any run support in that. Literally 1-0 game. San Diego Padres, he faced them for 5 innings, only gave up 2 runs, both of them earned, and a home run. And then against the Baltimore Orioles, he did give up 1 home run. Walks have been an issue. 9 walks in his last 3 starts. Hopefully the Phillies will be able to take advantage of that. And hopefully we get some more good news about our man Kyle Schwarber. And before I look at the chat, I just want to look at one more thing with Schwarber, see if there's any more news surrounding his elbow. Oh, I'm getting this from Corey Simon, NBC Sports Philadelphia. Nick Castellanos said that he had an overwhelming sense as he walked to the plate that Edwin Uceta might hit him. I could see him getting frustrated. I think he was just upset because his numbers got messed up. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. That's entertaining. That right there is entertainment, folks. Anybody else on Schwarbs? Come on. Big bucks, no whammies. No. Left elbow discomfort. Evaluating further. That was 2 hours ago. So, yeah. All right, let's get to the chat. Check. See how you wonderful people are doing on this fine Tuesday evening. Cal, Kody, Buddy. Yeah, Kody Clemens coming up, too, tonight. How about Codes? Yeah, he had the double. Oh, Stott in the 8th inning. That was such a weird beginning of the 8th inning. Thank you, Michael Evans. Stott had the ground out to first base. Off first base umpire John Bacon. Not nimble enough there, Mr. Bacon. And he basically caromed the ball caromed off his ankle, it looked like, right to first base for the out. Bang, bang, boom. That was it. Then Marsh got the walk. Clemens got the double. Second and third, one out. Lovelady, great name, out. Uceta came in. Stevenson, Stubbs, Kennedy, Turner, Castellanos, Stott. Oh, Harper in there too. Not bad by those fellas. John Marinelli, Buddy got a hit, an RBI, and scored a run as a Philly. Look at that. By the way, I forgot one thing. I heard it on the broadcast tonight. I knew this, but I forgot to mention it. Don Money also hit the first home run at the Vet. How insane is that? Look at that. Christopher Michael, my three big things. Schwarb's getting records in a Phillies uniform while being hated on for leadoff hitter or leadoff monster. Trea making ridiculous, amazing shortstop plays while missing the most routine grade school plays. There we go. Rojas busting his ass out of the box to prove a point with head down going. Still love you, Bryce. Just Rohan proving himself. Yeah, I agree with all that. That's good. The play Trea Turner did make, the running grab that you're referencing. Oh, man, when did that come up? It was the top of the 8th inning. Alvarado's pitching. Alvarado, how about him, man? The cutter. He got Caballero and Morel on cutters that were basically shining their shoes. Like, these guys had no business swinging at those pitches. They were shining the shoes, and they just offered at him. Beautiful. Strike three. They're down. 14-pitch 8th inning for Jose Alvarado. But, yeah, that was a great play by Trea Turner to record the first out of the inning on Driscoll, where he went back into shallow left field and made a beautiful, like, wide receiver-esque over-the-shoulder grab. That was great. Oh, I shouldn't say over the shoulder, but made a great – tracked the ball beautifully. You know what I'm saying? And he was catching him, unlike Aguilar. MLB.com. Rob Thomson doesn't seem worried about Kyle Schwarber. Neither does Schwarber. Called it a bruise / hyperextension. Thank you, Todd Zlecki, MLB.com. Wonderful. All right. That's that. That's this. This is this. IBH, holy smokes. The last thing we need is a beanball contest with a 500 team. Yeah. Oh, man. Crazy. You had money on Harper hitting a home run tonight? Can somebody fill me in this? Because I don't know the answer to this. I'm not just being I honestly don't know the answer to this. So they reviewed Harper's almost home run. He ended up getting a double out of it. It was the 5th inning? 5th inning. Trea Turner grounded out to third. Harper steps up, puts one in the first row, I thought. I didn't even see if he was running or not. I wanted to see if he was running. Anyway, a kid in the first row clearly reaches out, makes the catch, and they ruled a home run originally. Then they rule it a double, ground rule double, fan interference. Then they review it for, I don't know what, to see if it was a catchable ball. If they would have ruled it a catchable ball, which it was not, Harper's not out, right? That wouldn't make any sense. You're just going to automatically assume that he's safe, or that, I'm sorry, that the outfielder makes the play? That doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm not sure how that gets ruled. A do-over? A dead ball? Hit again? Do-over? Anyway, I don't know. Maybe you guys can fill me in on that. That was 3 incredibly close home runs for a guy who hasn't hit a home run in now over a month. IBH, we don't need Wheeler getting ejected tomorrow. Any revenge needs to wait. Yeah, I don't. Revenge is just stupid at this point. Like, I don't need anybody to retaliate. I'm good. Don't. I hate when people say this, but like, don't sink to their level. Plus, I think it was one guy going rogue. It'd be another thing if you knew these teams didn't like each other and it was like everyone was on board with somebody getting hit. But I feel like the Rays were like looking at Uceta like, you dumbass, why would you do that? Evelyn, yowza. I like a yowza. Yowza, what a game. Hell yeah. Evelyn's two things, Cal and Buddy. What do opposing pitchers have against Casty? Or Casty's hip? I don't know. I think basically all opposing pitchers hate Scooby-Doo. I think that's the problem. KGB officer, this win is all great, but I'm terrified about Schwarber. Once again, looks like it's something that they're not concerned about, so that's cool. Harper is jinxed on hitting that 27th home run. That's funny. Tough game, but a win nonetheless. Magic number is dwindling down. Let's go, Phils. There you go, Jason Hess. Brandon Kelly, what's going on? Seems like a different person comes up clutch every night. Unfortunately, though, it seems like different person every night is coming up injured. That's a great way to sum it up. Marsh did sure hustle tonight. Bam Man 100. Hell yeah for the Buddy Kennedy. Nate, hello. Watch Rob Thompson's interview after the show. He said as of now, Schwarber is playing tomorrow. There you go. Thank you, Nate. I like when you guys are my field reporters. Or the show's our field reporters. John Marinelli, Thomson needs a quicker hook. He always leaves a pitcher in until whatever lead they have is gone. It's pretty bad. Joseph Brennan, Farzy, big insurance run when Buddy drove in Cal. 2 guys none of us knew 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I don't know how long it's been, but some of these guys haven't been on the roster. I think I saw another one from Corey Simon, NBC Sports Philadelphia. Guys that weren't on the roster like 10 days ago, making things happen. Buddy! What's up, Buddy Christ? Interesting game for sure. Hope Ranger gets it together for the playoffs and everyone is healthy. Buddy Christ, I believe you could help with that, if you know what I'm saying. Can I get a little laying on of hands? Anyone? All right, I'll stop. Oh, wait, did we get there? Did we get to 900? Did we get to 900? Oh, my goodness gracious, 901 subs. Thank you. Thank you for liking and subscribing, people, on Locked On Sports Philadelphia. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. The Rays have a pitcher named Lovelady. That is correct. You know, that might be his last name, but it's my middle name. Sorry. I'll show myself out. Right. The Dodgers. Yeah, the Dodgers. Johnson Wall. Hello. I love the camaraderie of this team. They are so connected. Turner 2 homers. Schwarber getting the leadoff home run record for a season. Bryce with 3 doubles. This team is clicking tonight. Hells yeah. So it just would have been Jeffrey Todd. It would have just been a ground rule double. So why review it? If you've already ruled it a double, like what do you said it wasn't a home run. I thought they already. Yeah, I don't know. I got to go back and watch it, I guess. There were so many other things that happened afterwards, I guess. Whatever. Anyway, I think they're making sure it wasn't a home run. But I thought there was another layer to it. I don't know. Anyway, thanks everybody in the chat. You guys are wonderful as per usual. Tomorrow night, as I mentioned, Phillies back at it. Zach Wheeler goes for his 15th win of the season against Shane Baz. 6:40 start time, and I'll be with you guys right here on Locked On Sports Philadelphia. Make sure you hit like and subscribe on Locked On Sports Philadelphia. Be back with you guys tomorrow night for a Phillies postcast presentation. Until then, do you guys want to see it one more time, this new graphic? I think we need to see it. I mean, how many times are we going to get to put Cal Stevenson up here, people? How many times? Play of the game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. My name is Mark Farzetta. This right here is Locked On Sports Philadelphia. Make sure you hit like and subscribe on Locked On Sports Philadelphia. And thank you for making us your first listen today. Now go check out the Locked On MLB podcast and get prepared for the Fall Classic with Sully, who has it all covered every single day. You can find the link to Locked On MLB in the description, so you don't need to search, and part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hit like and subscribe. Back with you guys tomorrow night. See you then. Bye.